Buongiorno, and welcome to Messina, here in the picturesque rolling hills of the Italian countryside. Today is a very important day. In a mere moment, brave Italian soldiers will be returning home from war, having lost no men in battle. Here, on the beautiful estate of Lady Leonata, old flames will be sparked, new flames will be ignited, and evil plots will be laid.
Good Lady Leonata, you are come to meet your trouble. The fashion of the world is to avoid cost when you encounter it.
Never came trouble to my house in the likeness of your grace.
Hope you embrace your charge too willingly. I think this is your daughter.
Her father hath many times told me so.
That's what you would doubt, Signora Leonata, that you had to ask him.
Signor Benedict, for no, you were just a child.
Be happy, lady, for you are like an honorable mother.
Now, if Signora Leonata be her mother, then she would not have her head on her shoulders for all of Messina, as like her she is.
I wonder that you will still be talking, Signor Benedict. Nobody marks you.
My dear Lady Disdain, are you yet living?
Is it possible Disdain should die when she hath such meat food defeated as Signor Benedict? Courtesy itself must convert to disdain when you are in her presence.
Then is courtesy a turncoat. But it is certain that I am love of all ladies, only you excepted. And I would, in my heart, that I had not a hard heart, for truly I love none.
Oh, a dear happiness to women, for else they would have been troubled by a pernicious suitor. I thank God in my cold blood that I'm of your humor for that. I would rather hear my dog bark at a crow than a man swear that he loves me.
God keep thy ladyship still in that mind, so some gentleman rather might escape a predestined scratched face.
Scratching could not make it worse, as 'twere such a face as yours were.
That is the sum of all, Signor Claudio and Signor Benedict. My dear friend Leonata hath invited you all. I tell her we shall stay here at the least a month.
Let me bid you welcome, my lord. Being reconciled to the lady your sister, I owe you all duty.
I thank you, but I'm not of many words. But I thank you.
Praise it your grace, Leon.
Your hand, Leonata. We will go together.
Benedict.
What?
Didst thou know the daughter of Signor Leonardo?
I looked upon her, but noted her not.
In mine eyes, she's the sweetest lady that ever I looked on.
Now I can see yet without spectacles, and I saw no such matter. And there's her cousin, and were she not possessed with a fury, exceeds her in much as beauty, as the 1st of May doth the last of December. Now, but I hope you have no intent to turn husband, do you?
If Hero would be my wife.
It's come to this? Shall I never see a bachelor of 60 again? Ah! Old Dom Pedro has returned to seek you.
What secret hath held you here that you followed not to Leonata's?
I would your grace constrain me to tell.
I charge thee on thy allegiance.
Hear that, Count Claudio, on my allegiance. Mark you, on my allegiance. Lady, he's in love. With who? With Hero, Leonata's short daughter.
If this were so word uttered.
Amen if you love her, for the lady is very well worthy.
You speak this to fetch me in, my lady.
By my troth, I speak my thought.
And in my faith, I spoke mine.
And by my 2 faiths and troths, my lady, I spoke mine.
That I love her, I feel.
That she is worthy, I know.
Oh, that a woman conceived me, I thank her. That she raised me, I likewise give her most humble thanks. But all women shall pardon me, because I will not do them the wrong, the mistrust any. I will do myself the right to trust none. I shall live a bachelor.
I shall see thee, ere I die, look pale with love.
With sadness, with sickness, or with anger, my lady, not with love.
Nay, if Cupid have not spent all his quiver in Venice, thou wilt quake for this shortly.
I look for an earthquake too, then.
Will you temporize with the hours? In the meantime, Signor Benedict, repair to Leonata's, commend me to her, and tell her I will not fail her for supper, for indeed she hath made great preparation.
Oh, I have almost matter enough in me for such an embassage. And so I leave you.
Dost thou offend Hero?
Oh, my lady.
Thou would be like a lover presently and tire the hero with the book of words. If thou dost love fair Hero, cherish it, and I will break with her and with her mother, and thou shalt have her. I know, we shall have reveling tonight. I will assume thy part in some disguise and tell fair Hero I am Claudio, and in her bosom I'll unclasp my heart. Then after, to her mother I will break, and the conclusion is, she shall be thine. In practice, let us put it presently.
Ah, love, what a many-splendored thing it is. Uh-oh, don't breathe too deeply, folks. I smell villainy in the air.
What the good year, my lord? Why are you thus out of measure so sad?
There is no measure in the occasion that breeds. Therefore, the sadness is without limit.
You should hear reason.
And when I have heard it, what blessings does it bring?
If not a present remedy, then at least a patient sufferance.
I cannot hide what I am. I must be sad when I have cause, and smile at no man's jests. Eat when I have stomach, and wait for no man's leisure. Sleep when I am drowsy, and tend no man's business. Laugh when I am merry, and claw no man in his humor.
Yea, but you must not do so until you may do it without controlment. You have of late stood out against your sister, and she hath taken you newly under her grace.
I had rather be a canker in a hedge than a rose in her grace. And it better fits my blood to be disdained of all, than to fashion a carriage to rob love of any. In this I cannot be said to be a flattering and honest man. It cannot be denied that I am a plain-dealing villain. I am trusted with a muzzle and enfranchised with a clog. Therefore, I have decreed not to sing in my cage. If I had my mouth, I would bite. If I had my liberty, I would do my liking. So in the meantime, let me be that I am, and seek not to alter me.
Can you make no use of your discontent?
I make all use of it, for I use it only. Oh, what news, Baraccio?
I have just come yonder from a great supper. Your sister Don Pedro is royally entertained by Leonata. And I can give you intelligence of an intended wedding.
Will this build any model to build mischief on? Who is he for a fool that betroths himself to unquietness?
It is your sister's right-hand man.
Who? The most exquisite Claudio?
Even he.
A proper squire. Which way looks he?
Mary, on Hero, the daughter and heir of Leonata.
How came you to this?
Well, as I was smoking in a musty room, in comes Claudio and Don Pedro in solemn conference. So I whipped myself behind a curtain, and there heard it agreed upon that Don Pedro should woo Hero for herself, and having obtained her, give her to Count Claudio.
Come, let us thither. This may prove food to my displeasure. That young startup hath all the glory of my overthrow. If I can cross him in any way, I bless myself every way. You will both assist me.
To the death, my lord.
We'll wait upon your lordship.
Come, let us to the great supper.
Was not Count John here at supper?
I saw him not. How towardly that gentleman looks. I never can see him, but I'm heartburned for an hour after.
He is of a very melancholy disposition.
He were an excellent man that were made just in the midway between him and Benedict. The one is too like a statue and says nothing, and the other too like my lady's eldest son, evermore tattling.
By my troth, niece, thou wilt never get thee a husband if thou be so shrewd of thy tongue. I hope to see you one day fitted with a husband.
In faith, not till God make men of some other metal than earth.
Daughter, remember what I told you? If the prince do solicit you in that kind, you know your answer.
The fault will be in the music, cousin, if you be not wooed in good time.
Cousin, you apprehend passing shrewdly.
I have a good eye, Aunt. I can see a church by daylight.
The revelers are entering. Make good room.
I want a big fancy car with the top back and shopping bags filled to the brim in the back seat. I'm going fast, spinning my wheels, keeping it real, feeling the feelings I feel. Spinning my wheels, keeping it real, feeling the feelings I feel. Everybody follow me, everybody follow me, everybody follow me, follow me, follow me. I know what I want, and every day I'm rocking what I got. Set my colors free, I'm just telling me, and I make it look easy, and I make it look easy. I know what I want, 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 I know what I want. Oh, drop it low and get physical, put on a show, dance through the door on the velvet floor, give me some more, spinning my wheels, keeping it real.
Lady, will you walk about with your friend?
So, you walk softly, look sweetly, and say nothing. I'm yours for the walk, especially when I walk away.
With me in your company.
I may say so when I please.
And when please you to say so.
When I like the favor.
Now speak low if you speak love.
Set my colors free, I'm just telling me.
Well, I would you did like me.
So would I not for your own sake? I have many ill qualities.
Which is one.
I say my prayers aloud.
I love you the better.
God match me with a good dancer.
Amen.
And God keep him out of my sight when the dance is done.
Ha ha!
I know who you are. You are Lady Antonia. At a word, I am not. I know you by the waggling of your head. To tell you true, I counterfeit her. You could never do her so ill well unless you were the very lady. You are she. You are she. At a word, I am not. Do you not think I do not know you by your excellent wit? Can virtue hide itself? Go to, you are she.
Will you not tell me who you are?
No. You shall pardon me.
Signor Benedict?
What's he?
Well, I'm sure you know him well enough.
Not I.
Has he never made you laugh? I pray you.
What is he?
Why, he's the prince's jester. A very dull fool. His only gift is in devising impossible slanders, for he both pleases men and angers them, and then they laugh at him and beat him. I could have sworn he was in the fleet tonight. I would he had danced with me.
Well, when I meet the gentleman, I'll tell him what you say.
Do.
Sure, my sister is amorous on Hero, and hath withdrawn her mother to go break with her about it. All the ladies follow her, but one Bizer remains.
And that is Claudio. I know him by his bearing.
Are you not Signor Benedict?
I am he.
Signor, you are very near my sister in her love. She is enamored on Hero. I pray you, disillude her from her. She is no equal for her birth.
How know you she loves her?
I heard her swear her affection.
So did I too. She swore she would marry her tonight.
Come, let us to the banquet.
Thus answer I in the name of Benedict. But hear these ill news with the ears of Claudio. 'Tis certain so the lady woos for herself. Friendship is constant, and all other things save the office and affairs of love. Let every eye negotiate for itself and trust no agent. Therefore, Hero, farewell.
County Claudio!
Yay. The same.
Come, will you go with me?
With her.
Into the other room. The princess hath got your hero.
I wish the lady well with her. Pray you leave me.
Oh, now you strike like the blind man. Did you think the princess would have served you thus?
If it will not be, I'll leave you.
It's driving me wild and I don't know why. I can't contain whatever's burning inside. I gotta find a way to figure it out. I found the answers and there ain't no doubt. You got what I'm looking for, yeah. Yeah, yeah. Keep coming on back for more, yeah. Yeah, yeah. Got what I'm looking for. What I'm looking for, what I'm looking for. Got what I'm looking for. You've got that something that I've never known. You've knocked me out on the floor. Got what I'm looking for. What I'm looking for. What I'm looking for. Got what I'm looking for.
Ladies of Messina, sigh no more. Alas, poor hurt foul. But that my Lady Beatrice should know me, and not know me. The prince is fool. No, it may be that I go under that title because I am Mary. No, I am not so reputed. It is the base and bitter disposition of Beatrice that so gives me out.
Now, Signor, where's the Count? Did you see him?
Troth, I found him here, as lonely as a lodge in a warren. I told him, and I think I told him true, that your grace hath got the good favor of his lady.
By my faith, you say honestly, but the Lady Beatrice hath a quarrel to you. The gentleman that danced with her told her she is much wronged by you.
Oh, she misused me past the endurance of a block. She told me, not thinking that I had been myself, that I was the prince's jester, that I was no duller than a great thaw. No, she speaks poignards, and every word stabs. And if her breath were as terrible as her terminations, she would infect everyone in the room. She would infect to the North Star. No, in fact, this talk not of her. Indeed, all horror, disquiet, and perturbation follow her.
Look, here she comes.
My God. Here is a dish I love not. I cannot endure my lady tongue.
Good lady, you have lost the heart of Signor Benedict.
Indeed, my lady, he lent it me a while, and I gave good use of it, a double heart for his single one. Marry, once before he won it off me with false dice, so your grace may well say I've lost it.
You have put him down, lady, you have put him down.
I would not he should do me, my lady, lest I should prove the mother of fools. I've brought Count Claudio, whom you sent me to seek.
Why, how now, Count? Wherefore are you sad?
I'm not sad, my lady.
How then? Sick?
Neither, my lady.
The Count is neither sad nor sick, nor merry nor well, but civil, Count, civil as an orange, and something of that jealous complexion.
If faith, lady, I think your blazing to be true, though I'll be sworn, if he be so, his conceit is false. Here, Claudio, I have wooed in thy name, and fair hero is one. I broke with her mother, and her good will obtain. Name the day of marriage, and God give thee joy.
Count, take of me my daughter, and with her my fortunes. Her grace hath made the match, and grace say amen to it.
Speak, Count, 'tis your cue.
Silence is but the perfectest herald of joy. If I were but a little happy, I could say how much. Lady, as you are mine, I am yours. I give myself to you and dote upon the exchange.
Speak, cousin, or if you cannot stop his mouth and let him speak neither.
In faith, lady, you have a merry heart.
Good lady for alliance. Thus goes everyone out to the world but I, and I may sit in a corner and cry, hey-ho, for a husband.
Lady Beatrice, I will get you one.
Oh, I would rather have one of your father's getting. Hath your grace never a sister like you?
Will you have me, lady?
Niece, will you look to those things that I told you of?
I cry your mercy, aunt, by your grace's pardon.
By my troth, a pleasant-spirited lady.
There is little of the melancholy element in her, my lady. She is never sad but when she sleeps, and not ever sad then. For my daughter hath told me she often dreams of unhappiness and wakes herself with laughing.
She cannot endure to hear tell of a husband.
Oh, by no means she mocks all of her wooers out of suit.
She were an excellent wife for Benedict.
Oh, Pedra, but if they were a week married, they would talk themselves mad.
County Claudio, when means you to go to church?
Tomorrow, my lady.
Not till Monday, my dear son.
Oh, come, you shake the head at so long a breathing, but I warn thee, Claudio, the time shall not go dully by us. I will, in the interim, undertake one of Hercules' labors, which is to bring the Lady Beatrice and Signor Benedict into a mountain of affection. Oh, the one with the other. I would fain to have it a match, if you three will but administer such assistance as I shall give you direction.
My lady, I am with you.
And I, my lady.
And you too, gentle hero.
I would do any most office, my lady, to help my cousin to a good husband.
And Benedict is not the unhopefulest husband that I know. Thus far I can praise him. He is of noble strain, approved valor, and confirmed honesty. Hero, I will teach you how to humor unto your cousin so that she shall fall in love with Benedict. And I, with your two helps, will so practice on Benedict so that, in despite of his quick wit and, well, queasy stomach, he shall fall in love with Beatrice. If we can do this, Cupid is no longer an archer. His glory shall be ours, for we are the only love gods. Oh, go in with me and I will tell you my drift.
It is so. The Count Claudio shall marry the daughter of Leonardo.
Yea, my lord, but I can cross it.
Any bar, any cross, any impediment will be medicinable to me. I am sick in displeasure to him. How can thou cross this marriage?
I think I told your lordship a year since how I have fallen into the favor of Margaret, the waiting gentlewoman to Hero.
I remember.
I can, at any unseasonable instant of the night, draw her to her lady's chamber window.
What life is in that to be the death of this marriage?
That poison lies in you to temper. Go you to your sister, Dom Pedra. Spare not to tell her how she hath wronged her honor by marrying the renowned Claudio to the contaminated Hero.
What proof shall I make of that?
Proof enough to misuse your sister, vex Claudio, undo Hero, and kill Leonata! Look you for any other issue?
To despite them, I will endeavor anything.
Go then! Find me an hour to draw your sister, Don Pedro, and Claudio alone. Tell them that you know Hero loves me.
They will scarcely believe this without trial.
So, offer them instances, which shall bear no less likelihood than to see me at her lady's chamber window. Hear me call Margaret Hero, hear Margaret term me Claudio, and bring them to see this the very night before the intended wedding. In the meantime, I will so fashion it that Hero shall be absent, and there shall appear such seeming truth in Hero's disloyalty that jealousy shall be called assurance, and all the preparations overthrown.
I will put this into practice. Be cunning in the working this, and thy fee is 1,000 ducats.
Yes. Be you cunning in the accusation, and my cunning shall not fail me.
I will go presently learn their day of marriage.
The wedding of Hero and Claudio is just a few days away, so all of Leonardo's estate is scrambling to make speedy preparations for this happy event. But As you know, the conniving and villainous Don John will do everything he can to ruin their nuptial. Baraccio's plan is to have a romantic night with Hero's attendant, Margaret, while Hero isn't there. If this plan is successfully carried out in front of Hero's second-story window, then Dom Pedro and Claudio will think that Hero is being unfaithful the very night before the intended wedding. Meanwhile...
Boy?
Senor?
In my chamber window there lies a book. Bring it to me hither in the orchard.
But I am already here, sir.
I know I would have thee hence, and then here again. I do much wonder that one man, seeing how another is a fool when he dedicates his behaviors to love, will, after hath laughed at such shallow follies in others, become the argument of his own scorn by falling in love. And such a man is Claudio. I have known there was no music with him but the drum and fife. I have known he would have walked 10 miles afoot for a good armor. I mean, he used to speak plain and to the purpose like a good man and an honest soldier, and now he has turned orthography. His words are like a very fantastic banquet, just so many strange dishes. May I be converted to see through those eyes? No, I think not. I will not be such a fool.
Come hither.
Ah, here's the lady and Monsieur Love. Oh, hide me.
Leonardo, what was it you told me of today? That your niece Beatrice was in love with Signor Benedict?
I never thought that lady would have loved any man.
No, nor I neither, but most wonderful that she should dote on Senor Benedict, who in all our behavior seemed ever to abhor.
Is true? Sits the wind in that corner?
By my troth, my lady, I don't know what to think of it, but that she loves him with an enraged affection.
Maybe she doth but counterfeit.
Totally.
Oh God, counterfeit? There was never counterfeit of passion as came near life the passion of itself.
Why, what effects of passion shows she?
It don't look well, this fitful bite.
I would have thought her spirit had been invincible against all outward assaults of affection.
I would have thought so also, my lady, especially against Senor Benedict.
I should think this is a trick, but that the old lady speaks in, no knavery sure cannot hide itself in such reverence.
You have taken the infection. Hold it up.
Hath she made her affection known to Benedict?
No, and she swears she never will. That's her torment.
I know this to be true. So your daughter says, in her room, she pounds her heart, tears her hair, prays, curses, oh sweet Benedict, God, give me patience.
She doth indeed, my daughter says so.
Well, it were good that Benedict knew of it by some other if she will not discover it.
To what end? He would make but a game of it and torment the poor lady worse.
Oh, if he should, it were almost to beat him. She's an excellent sweet lady, and she is virtuous.
And she's exceedingly wise.
And everything but in loving Benedict.
Oh, my lady, I am sorry for her, as I have just caused being her aunt and her guardian.
I would she had bestowed this dotage on me. I would have daffed all other respects and made her half myself. Well, I pray you, tell Benedict of it and hear what he will say.
Were it good, think you?
The hero thinks surely she will die. And she says she will die if she make her love known, and she will die if he love her not, rather than bate one breath of her unaccustomed crossness.
She doth well if she should tell him of her love. 'Tis very possible he'll scorn it, for that man, as you know, hath a contemptible spirit.
He is a very proper man, and in my mind very wise.
He doth indeed show some sparks that are like wit.
And I take him to be valiant.
Oh, as Hector, I assure you. Well, I am sorry for your niece. Shall we go seek Benedict and tell him of her love?
Never tell him. Let her wear it out with good patience.
Nay, that is impossible. She may wear her heart out first.
Well, we will hear of it further by your daughter. Let it cool the while. I love Benedict well, and I do wish he could modestly examine himself, so to see how unworthy he is such good a lady.
My lady, will you walk? Dinner is ready.
If you do not dote upon this, I will never trust my expectation.
But the same that we spread for her, and that must be what her and her gentlewoman carry. And the sport will be when they hold one in opinion of another's dotage. That's the scene I would see. It will really be a dumb show. Let us say go to call him into dinner.
seem to have the truth of this from Hero. Seem to pity the lady. It seems her affections have their full bent. Love me. Why, then it must be requited. No! No, but I should never. I told myself that I would never marry. They say the lady is fair. 'Tis true, I can bear them witness. They say the lady is virtuous. 'Tis so, I cannot reprove them. And wise, but for loving me. Yeah. My God, I shall be horribly in love with her. I may have some odd remnants of wit and quirks that are broken upon me because I have railed so long against marriage, but doth not the appetite alter? A man endures in his age what he cannot love in his youth. Shall I let these quips and sentences and paper bullets deride me from the true virtue of my passion? No! The world must be peopled. I did never think that I would live long enough to be married. Here comes Beatrice. By this day, she's a fair lady. I do spy some marks of love on her.
Against my will, I'm sent to bid you come in to dinner.
Fair Beatrice, I thank you for your pains.
I took no more pains for those thanks than you take pains to thank me. If it had been painful, I would not have come.
Oh, so you take pleasure, then, in the message?
Yea, just as much as you may take upon a knife's point, and choke withal. You have no stomach, senor, fare you well.
Ha! Against my will, I am sent to come thee bidden for dinner. There's a double meaning in that. I took no more pains in those thanks than you took pains to thank me. That's as easy to say as any pains I take from you are as easy as thanks. If I do not pity her, I am a villain. If I do not love her, I am a fool. I should go get her picture.
Good Margaret, run thee to the parlor. There shalt thou find my cousin Beatrice talking with the Lady Pedra and Claudio. Whisper in her ear and say that I and Ursula walk in the orchard, and our whole discourse is of her. Say that thou overheardst us.
Presently.
Now, Ursula, when Beatrice doth arrive, our talk must only be of Benedict. When I do name him, let it be thy part to praise him more than ever man did merit. My talk to thee must be how Benedict is sick in love with Beatrice. Oh, now begin, for look you where Beatrice runs close by the ground to hear our conference.
But are you sure that Benedict loves Beatrice so entirely?
So says the Lady Pedra and my Claudio.
And did they bid you tell her of it, madam?
They did entreat me to acquaint her of it, but I persuaded them, if they love Benedict, to wish him wrestle with affection.
Why did you so?
Nature never framed a woman's heart of prouder stuff than that of Beatrice. Disdain and scorn right sparkling in her eyes, she cannot love. She's so self-endeared.
Sure, I think so. And therefore it were not good she knew Benedict's love, lest she make a joke of it.
Why, you speak truth. I never yet saw a man how wise, noble, young, how so rarely featured, but who dare tell her so? If I should speak, she would mock me into air, press me to death with wit. Therefore let Benedict, like covered fire, consume in sighs, waste inwardly. 'Twere a better death than to die of mocks, which is as bad as die with tickling.
Yet, tell her of it. See what she will say.
No, rather, I will go to Benedict and counsel him to fight against his passion. He's the only man of Italy, and always excepted my dear Claudio.
Signor Benedict, for shape, for bearing, for argument and valor, goes foremost in report through Italy.
He hath an excellent good name.
His excellence did earn it ere he had it. When are you married, madam?
Why, every day. Tomorrow. Come, go in. I will show thee some attires and have thy counsel on which is best to furnish me for tomorrow.
She's lying, I warrant you, madam.
We've caught her. If it proves so, then loving comes by haps. Some cupids kill with arrows and some with traps.
What fire is in mine ears? can this be true? Do I stand condemned for pride and scorn? Contempt, farewell, and maiden pride, adieu. And Benedict, love on. I will requite thee, taming my wild heart to thy loving hand. For if thou dost love, I shall incite thee to bind our loves up in a holy band. For others say thou dost deserve it, and I believe it more than reportingly.
I hope he be in love.
Say I, he's in love.
The greatest note of it is his melancholy.
And when was he wont to wash his face?
Conclude, he's in love. Oh, for my life to break with her about Beatrice.
Tis even so.
Old Signor, walk aside with me. I have studied 8 or 9 wise words to say to you, which these hobby horses must not overhear.
Oh, my lord. And sister, God save you.
Good day, brother.
If your leisure served, I would speak with you.
In private.
If it please, yet the Count Claudio may hear, for what I speak of concerns him.
What's the matter?
Means your lordship to be married tomorrow?
You know he does.
I know not that when he knows what I know.
If you know of any impediment, I pray you discover it.
John, what's the matter?
I came hither to tell you the lady is disloyal.
Who, hero?
Even so, your hero, Leonada's hero, every man's hero.
The word is too good to paint out her wickedness. Wonder not till further warrant. Come with me tonight. You shall see her chamber window entered, even the night before her wedding day. If you love her then, wed her, though it would better fit your honor to change your mind.
Can this be so?
I will not think it.
If you come with me, I will show you enough, and once you've seen more and heard more, proceed accordingly.
If I see anything, why, I shall not be married tomorrow in the congregation. There I will shame her.
And as I wooed for thee to obtain her, I will join with thee to disgrace her.
I will disparage her no further, till you are my witnesses. Bear it coldly, but till midnight, and let the issue reveal itself.
O day untowardly turned.
Oh, mischief strangely thwarted.
O plague right well prevented. But can you say when you have seen the sequel?
Are you good men and true?
Yea, or else a pity that we should suffer in salvation, body and soul.
Nay, that were a punishment too good for them if they should have any allegiance in them being chosen for the princess's watch.
Well, give us our charge, neighbor Dogberry.
First, who think you the most desertless man to be chosen constable?
Hugh Oakcake, sir, or George Seacole, for they both can write and read.
Come hither, neighbor Seacole. God hath blessed you with a good name. To be a well-favored man comes by fortune, but to read and write comes by nature. You are thought to be the most senseless and fit man to be chosen constable. That is why you will bear the lantern. Masters, these are your charges. You are to comprehend all vagrom men, and you are to bid by any man stand in the princess's name.
How if he will not stand?
Why, then take no note of him, but let him go.
If he will not stand when he is bidden, he is none of the princess's subjects.
True, and they are to meddle with only the princess's subjects. Also, make no noise in the street, for the watch to babble and talk is most tolerable and not to be endured.
We will rather sleep than talk.
Why, you speak like a most ancient and quiet watchman, for I cannot see how sleeping should have been. Only make care that your bills be not stolen.
Yes, sir.
Oh, and if you meet a thief, you may suspect him, by virtue of your position, to be no such true man. But I think with men of such kind, the less you meddle with them, the more is for your honesty.
If we know him to be a thief, shall we not lay hands on him?
Truly, by your office you may, but I think that touch pitch will be defiled. The most peaceable way, if you do encounter a thief, is to let him show himself who he is and let him steal out of your company.
Truly, if you hear a child cry in the night, you must call nurse and bid her still it.
How if the nurse be asleep and will not hear us?
Why, then depart in peace and let the child wake her with crying. Well, that is the end of the charge. Good night, masters, and if any matter of weight chances, call me up. Good night. Oh, and one word more, good honest neighbors. I pray you watch about Lady Leonata's door. For the wedding being there tomorrow, there is great coil to be there tonight. Be vigilant, I beseech you. Adieu.
Come quickly, stand thee close, and I, like a true drunkard, utter all to thee.
Some treason. Stand close.
I have earned of Don John 1,000 ducats. For know that I have tonight wooed the Lady Margaret in the name of Hero. And she leans me out her lady's chamber window, bids me 1,000 times good night. I tell this tale vilely. But first I should tell thee how Don Pedro and Claudio, planted and placed and possessed by my master, Don John, saw afar off in the orchard this amiable encounter.
And thought they, Margaret, was Hero.
Two of them did, Don Pedro and Claudio, but the devil my master knew she was Margaret, and partly by his oaths, which did first possess them, and partly by the dark night which did deceive them, but chiefly by my villainy, which did prove any accusation Don John had made. It proved every single accusation Don John had made, and away went Claudio, enraged, swore he to go to her as he was appointed in the next morning in the temple, and before the whole congregation, condemn her of everything she did o'ernight, and send Hero home again without a husband.
We charge you in the princess's name. Stand!
Philip Constable Dogberry, we have here uncovered the most dangerous piece of lechery that ever was known in the Commonwealth.
Master.
Never speak. We charge you to obey and go with us.
Begin, Friar Francis.
You come hither, my lord, to marry this lady?
No.
To be married to her, Friar, you come to marry her.
Lady, you come hither to be married to this count.
I do.
If either of you know any inward impediment why you should not be conjoined, charge you on your souls to utter it.
Know you any hero?
None, my lord.
Know you any count?
I dare make his answer none.
Oh, what men daily do, what men may do, what men dare do, not knowing what they do.
How now? Interjections?
Stand thee by, friar. Mother, with free and unconstrained soul, would you give me this maid, your daughter?
As freely, son, as God did give her.
And what have I to give you back? What can I do to counterpoise this rich and precious gift?
Nothing, unless you render her again.
Count, you bid me noble thankfulness. Take her back again! Give me not this rotten orange to her friend. She is but the sign and semblance of her honor. See how like a maid she blushes here, but she is none. She knows the warmth of a luxurious bed. Her blush is guiltiness, not modesty.
What do you mean, my lord?
Not to be married! Not to knit my soul to an approved wanton!
Is my lord well? Doth he speak so why? Sweet lady, why speak you not?
What should I speak? I stand dishonored that have gone about to link my dear friend to a common stale.
Are these things spoken, or but do I dream?
These things are spoken, milady, and they are true.
This looks not like a nuptial.
True, oh God!
Leonata, let me move but one question to your daughter, and if that motherly and kindly power that you have.
Charge thee do so as thou art my child. God defend me! I am beset. What kind of catechizing call you this?
To answer yourself truly to your name?
Is it not Hero? Who can blot the name with any just reproach?
Hero can blot out Hero's virtue. Who was he talking to yesternight outside your window betwixt 12 and 1?
I talked with no man at that hour, my lord.
Why then you are no maiden. Leonata, I am sorry you must hear, but myself, my brother, and this grieved count did hear her at that hour last night talk with a ruffian at her chamber window.
Bye. These things are not to be named, my lady, not to be spoke of. There was not chastity enough in language without offerance to utter them. Thus, pretty lady, I am sorry for thy much misgovernment.
Oh, hero, what a hero hast thou been. If half thy outward graces had been placed upon thy thoughts and counsels of thy heart. Farewell, most foul, most fair. For thee, I'll lock up all the gates of love.
Hath no man's dagger here a point for me?
How now, cousin? Wherefore sink you down?
Come, let us go. These things thus come to light. Smother her spirit light.
How doth the lady?
Dead, I think. Help, aunt.
Oh, fate, take not away thy heavy hand. Death is the fairest cover for her shame that may be wished for.
How now, cousin Hero?
Of comfort, lady.
Dost thou look up?
Yea. Wherefore should she not?
Wherefore? Why doth not every earthly thing cry shame upon her? Grieved why I had one, wast thou ever lovely in mine eyes? Mine I loved, and mine I praised, and mine I was proud on. Why, you have fallen in a pit of ink, and there are too few drops in the wine sea to wash you clean again.
Lady, be patient. For my part, I am so attired in wonder, I know not what to think.
Oh, on my soul, my cousin is belied.
Lady, were you in her bedchamber last night?
No, truly not. Although, until this bed month, I have been her bedfellow.
Confirmed! The two princes and Claudio lie, hence from her let her
Hear
die.
me a little! For I have only been silent so long and given way into this course of fortune. By noting of the lady, I have marked 1,000 blushing apparitions to start into her face. 1,000 innocent shames and angel whiteness beat away those blushes, and in her eyes there hath appeared a fire to burn the errors that these princes hold against her maiden truth. Call me a fool. Trust not my reading, nor my observations. Trust not my age, reverence, calling, nor divinity. If this sweet lady lie not guiltless here under some biting error.
Friar, it cannot be. A sin of perjury, she denies it not.
Lady, what man is he you are accused of?
They know that to accuse me, I know none. Oh, my mother, prove you that with me conversed any man at hours unmeet, or that I yesternight maintained the exchange of words with any creature. Refuse me, hate me, torture me to death.
There is some strange misprison in these men.
Two of them have the very bent of honor. And if their wisdoms be misled in this, the practice of it lives in John the bastard, whose spirit toils in frame of villainies.
I know not, but if this be true, my hand shall cast her, but if they thus diswronged her honor, the worst of them shall hear of it.
Pause a while, and let my counsel sway you in this case. Your daughter here, the princess left for dead. Let her a while be secretly kept in, and publish it that she is dead indeed. Maintain a mourning ostentation, and on your family's old monument hang mournful epitaphs, and do all rites that appertain unto a burial.
Friar, what would become of this? What would this do?
Mary, this well carried shall on her behalf change slander to remorse. That is some good. For it so falls that what we have we prize not to the part, but being lacked and lost. Then we find the virtue that possession would not show us whiles it was ours. So will it fare with Claudio. When he shall hear she died upon his words, then he shall mourn, and wish he had not so accused her. No, though he thought his accusation true. Let this be so, and if it sort not well, you may conceal her, as best befits her wounded reputation, in some reclusive and religious life, out of all eyes, tongues, minds, and injuries.
Signor Leonardo, let the friar advise you, and although you know my inwardness or love are very much onto the princess and Claudio, I shall deal with this matter as secretly as your body should with your soul.
Being that I flow in grief, the smallest twine may lead me.
'Tis well consented. Presently away. Come, lady, to live this wedding day. Perhaps is but prolonged. Have patience and endure.
Whew, intense stuff, right? So far, the villains have won the day. Baraccia's plan and Don John's trickery have worked, just as planned, and, well, now a lot of hearts are broken. To recap, Claudio has shamed Hero at the wedding altar, thinking that she's been unfaithful to him. Friar Francis's plan is to keep Hero hidden for a few days, and have word spread throughout the estate that Hero has indeed died from her grief, because of Don Pedro's and Claudio's accusations combined with her mother's shame. The friar's plan is to have her slanderers grieve over her death and repent their public shaming of her. In the meantime, this matter can be investigated further, and, well, perhaps Hero's innocence can be revealed.
Have you wept this whole while?
Yea, and I shall weep a while longer.
I should not desire that.
You have no reason. I do it freely.
Surely I believe your fair cousin is wronged.
How much the man might deserve of me that would right her.
Is there any way to show such friendship?
A very even way, but no such friend.
May a man do it?
It's of a man's office, but not yours.
I do love nothing in the world so much as you. Isn't that strange?
Just as strange as the thing I know not. It were just as possible for me to say, I love nothing so well as you. But believe me not, and yet I lie not. I confess nothing, nor I deny nothing. I'm sorry for my cousin.
By my sword, Beatrice. Thou lovest me.
Will you not, do not swear and eat it.
I will swear on it that I do, and I will make him eat it that says I do not love you.
Will you not eat your word?
With no sauce that can be devised to it, I protest, Beatrice, I love thee.
Why then, God forgive me.
For what offense, sweet Beatrice?
You have saved me in a happy hour. I was just about to protest that I loved you.
And with all thy heart?
I love you with so much of my heart that none is left to protest.
Come, bid me do anything for thee.
Kill Claudio.
Not for the wide world.
You kill me to deny it. Farewell.
Tarry, sweet Beatrice.
I am gone, though I am here. There is no love in you. I pray you let me go.
We'll be friends first.
You would rather be my friend than fight with mine enemy?
Is Claudio thine enemy?
Is he not approved in the height of a villain that hath slandered, scorned, and dishonored my kinswoman? Oh God, that I were a man. What, bear her in hand until they come to take hands, and then, with public accusation, uncovered, slandered, unmitigated rancor, oh God, that I were a man, I would eat his heart in the marketplace.
Hear me, Beatrice!
Oh, what? Speak to a man outside her window, a public accusation.
Nay, but Beatrice!
Oh, sweet hero, she is wronged. She is slandered, she is undone. Oh God, that I were a man, or I had a friend that would be a man for my sake. But manhood is melted into courtesy, valor into compliment. Men are only turned into tongues, and trim ones at that. You were just as valiant as Hercules that only tells a lie and swears by it. I cannot be a man with wishing. Therefore I shall die a woman with grieving.
Harry, sweet Beatrice, by this hand I love thee.
Use it for some other way than swearing by it.
Think you in your soul that Count Claudio hath wronged Hero?
Yea, just so much as I have a thought or a soul.
Enough. I am engaged. I will challenge him. By this hand, Claudio shall render me a dear account. As you hear of me, so think of me. Go comfort your cousin. I must tell them she is dead. And so, farewell.
Is our whole dissembly appeared?
Which be the malefactors?
Marry, that am I and my partners.
Nay, but which are the offenders that are to be examined?
What is your name, friend?
Borachio.
Yours, Sira?
I am a gentlewoman, and my name is Conrad.
Masters, I say to you, you are thought to be little better than false knaves. How answer you for yourselves?
Sir, I say we are none.
A marvelous witty lady, I assure you. Come hither, Sira, a word in your ear. Sir, I say to you, you are thought to be false knaves.
Sir, I say to you, we are none.
Master Constable, you go not the way to examine. You must call forth the watch that are their accusers.
Yea, Mary, that is the eftest way. Let the watch come forth. Masters, I charge you, in the princess's name, accuse these men.
This man said, sir, that Don John, Don Pedro's brother, was a villain.
Why, this is flat perjury, to call a prince's brother villain.
Master Constable.
Pray thee, fellow, peace, and do not like thy look, I promise thee.
What heard you him say else?
Mary, that he had received 1,000 ducats of Don John for accusing the lady hero wrongfully.
Flat burglary as ever was committed.
What else, fellow?
And that Count Claudio did me, upon his words, to disgrace Hero before the whole assembly, and not marry her.
Oh, villain, that will be condemned into everlasting redemption for this.
What else?
This is all.
This is more, masters, than you can deny. Prince John is this morning secretly stolen away. Hero was in this manner accused, in this very manner refused, and upon the grief of this suddenly died. Master Constable, let these men be bound and brought to Leonatus. I will go before and show her their examination.
Come, let them be opinioned.
Off, coxcomb!
Come, bind them, thou naughty varlet.
Away, you are an ass. You are an ass.
Dost thou not suspect my place? Dost thou not suspect my years? Oh, that the sexton were here to have me writ down an ass. But masters, remember that I am an ass. Though it be not written down, yet forget not that I am an ass. Know, thou villain, I am a wise fellow, and which is more, an officer, and which is more, a householder, and which is more, as pretty a piece of flesh as any is in Messina, and one that knows the law too. Come, take them away. Oh, that I had been writ down an ass?
If you go on thus, you will kill yourself, and 'tis not wisdom thus to second grief against yourself.
I pray thee seize thy counsel, as thy words through my ears as profitless as water in a sieve. Bring me a mother who so loved her child whose joy was overwhelmed like mine, and bid her speak of patience. There is no such woman, sister, therefore give me no counsel. My griefs cry louder than an advertisement.
Therein do women from children nothing differ.
I pray thee peace, my soul doth tell me that Hero is belied, and that shall Claudio and Pedro and all of those that thus dishonor her.
Well, here come the lady and Claudio hastily.
Good day, good day.
Good day to you both.
Here are you, my lords.
We have some haste, Leonata.
Are you so hasty now?
Nay, do not quarrel with us, good old woman.
Claudio, thou dost wrong me, thou dissembler, thou hast wronged me and my innocent child that I'm forced to lay my reverence by, and with my gray hairs and bruise of many days challenge thee to a trial. I believe my daughter has been lied, thy reverence has gone through and through her heart, and now she lays buried in a tomb where her ancestors, where scandal never slept, framed by thy villainy.
My villainy?
You say not right, old woman.
If thou killest me, boy, thou shalt kill a woman.
He shall kill two of us, and woman indeed. But that's no matter. Let him kill one first. Let him answer me. Sir boy, I'll whip you. As I am a gentlewoman, I will.
Sister.
Content yourself. God knows I loved my niece. And she is dead. Slandered to death by villains that dare as well answer a man as I dare take a serpent by the tongue.
Gentlewoman, both, I pray thee patience. My heart is sorry for your daughter's death, but upon mine honor, she was charged with nothing but what was true and very full of proof.
My lady, my lady!
I will not hear you!
No, sister, come away, I will be heard.
And shall, or some of us will smart for it.
See, here comes the man we went to seek. Welcome, senor, you are almost come to part, almost to fray.
We would fain have our noses bitten off by two old women without teeth.
Well, in a false argument, there is no true valor. I came to seek you both.
We have been up and down to seek thee. For we are in high proof melancholy, and would fain have it beaten away. Would you use thy wit?
Also my scabbard. Shall I draw it?
Dost thou wear thy wit by thy side? As I am an honest woman, he looks pale. Art thou sick or angry? I think he be angry indeed.
May I speak a word in thine ear?
God bless me from a challenge.
Thou art a villain. I do not jest. I will make it good where you dare, when you dare, with what you dare. Do me right, or I shall protest thy cowardice. You have killed a sweet lady, and her death shall fall heavy upon you. Let me hear from you.
If this will be, then we shall meet and have good cheer.
Fare you well, boy. I shall leave you in your gossip-like humor. You break jests as braggarts do their blades, which hurt not. My lady, I thank you for your courtesies, but I must discontinue your service. Your brother John has fled to Messina. You have among you killed a sweet and innocent lady. As for my friend Lackbeard here, he and I shall meet again. Until then, peace be with you.
He is in earnest,
Most sincere, honest.
and hath challenged thee.
Most sincerely, and I'll warrant for the love of Beatrice.
But soft you, did he not say my brother was fled?
Come on, knaves. If justice shall not tame you, she shall ne'er wear more reasons in her balance.
How now, two of my brother's men bound, Borachio won.
My lady, hearken after their offense.
Officers, what offense have these men done?
Marry, ma'am, they have committed false report. Moreover, they have spoken untruths. Secondarily, they are slanderers. Sixth and lastly, they have belied a lady. Thirdly, they have verified unjust things. And to conclude, they are lying knaves.
First, I ask thee why they are committed. Thirdly, what you lay to their charge. Sixth and lastly, why they are bound. And to conclude, what you lay to their offense.
Rightly reasoned.
Knaves, what offense have you committed that you are thusly bound to your answer? This learned constable is too cunning to be understood.
Milady, I have deceived even your very eyes. What your wisdoms could not uncover, these shallow fools have brought to light. Who, in the night, overheard me confessing to this gentlewoman how I was incensed by my master, Don John, to slander the lady hero. How you were brought to the orchard to see Margaret in hero's garments. How you shamed her when you should marry her. My villainy they have upon record, which I would rather see with my death than repeat over to my shame. The lady hero is dead, upon mine and my master's false accusations, and for now, I deserve nothing but the reward of a villain.
Comes not this speech like iron through your blood?
I have drunk poison while he utters it.
Did my brother set thee on to this?
Yea, and paid me richly for the practice of it.
He is composed and framed of treachery, and fled is he upon this villainy.
Oh, hero. Now my mind doth picture you in the image that I saw you first.
Come, bring away the plaintiffs. By this time, this sexton hath reformed Lady Leonata of the matter. And masters, do not forget to specify when time and place shall serve that I am an ass.
Which is the villain? Let me see his face, that when I dote another man like him, I may avoid him. Which of these is he?
If you would know your wronger, look on me.
Art thou the slave that with thy breath killed mine innocent child?
Yea, even I alone.
No, not so, villain. Thou beliest thyself. Here stands an honorable pair. A third has fled that had hand in it. I thank you for my daughter's death. Record it with your high and worthy deeds. 'Twas bravely done.
Leonata, I know not how to pray your patience. I must speak. I know you think I sinned, but sinned I not, but in mistaking.
By my soul, nor I. And yet, to satisfy this good old woman, I'll bend under any heavy weight that she'll enjoin me to.
I cannot bid you bid my daughter live. That were impossible. But I pray you both possess the people in Messina how innocent she died, and hang an epitaph upon her tomb and sing it to her bones. Sing it tonight. And tomorrow morning, come you to my house. And since you could not be my son-in-law, be yet my nephew. My sister have a daughter that is almost a copy of my child that's dead. Give her the right you should have given her cousin, and so dies my revenge.
Noble lady, your overkindness doth wring tears from me. I do accept your offer.
Tomorrow, then, I will expect you. Tonight, I'll take my leave, and this naughty man shall face-to-face be brought to Margaret, who I believe was wrapped up in all this wrong, hired to it by your brother.
No, by my soul, she was not! Nor did she know what she did when she spoke to me, and hath been just and virtuous in everything I do know her by.
Moreover, sir, this plaintiff here did call me an ass. I beseech you, let it be remembered in her punishment.
I thank thee for thy care and honest pains.
Your worship speaks like a most reverend and thankful youth, and I praise God for you.
There's for thy pains.
God save the foundation.
Go, I discharge thee of thy prisoner, and farewell.
I leave an errant knave in your worship. I wish your worship well.
Farewell to you, my lords.
Farewell, my lords. We look for you tomorrow.
We will not fail.
Tonight, I'll mourn with Hero.
Bring you these prisoners on, and we'll bring him face to face with Margaret and see how she was wrapped up with this lewd fellow.
So, the plot thickens as we tumble headlong toward the conclusion of our story. Don John, the mastermind behind this villainous deception, has fled, his cronies are in custody, and the truth behind their lies hath been revealed. Now, everyone except for a select few thinks that Hero indeed died from her grief. Leonata has told Claudio that, to atone for his public slandering of her, must now sing a funeral song in her supposed tomb. Done to death by slanderous tongues is the hero that lies here. He also promises to marry Antonia's daughter, who just so happens to look exactly like Hero. What are the odds, right? Clever old plan, Lady Leonata. I'm sure Claudio will be surprised. And hopefully, he's learned how not to treat a lady. Then there's the whole thing between Benedict and Beatrice. How's that gonna turn out, you think?
Boy, I pray thee, call Beatrice.
Ooh, I guess we'll find out soon enough.
The god of love that sits above and knows me and knows me. How pitiful I deserve. Singing love. I cannot express it through rhyme. Oh, sweet Beatrice. Claudio undergoes my challenge, so either we shall hear from him shortly, or I will subscribe him a coward. Now tell me, for which of my bad parts did thou first fall in love with me for?
For them altogether, which maintain so politic a state of evil that they will not admit any good part intermingle with them. But tell me, for which of my good parts did you first suffer love for me?
Suffer love was a good epithet. I do indeed suffer love for you, for I love thee against my will.
In spite of your heart, I think, alas, poor heart. But if you will spite it for my sake, I will spite it for yours, for I can never love that which my friend hates.
Thou and I are too wise to woo peaceably. I pray thee tell me, how doth thy cousin?
Very ill.
How do you?
Very ill too.
Serve God, love me, and mend.
Madam, you must go to your aunt. It has been proved that my lady Hero hath been falsely accused, the lady Pedra and Claudio mightily abused, and Don John is the author of it all, who is fled and gone. Will you come presently?
Will you go hear this news, senor?
I will live in thine eyes, die in thy lap, and be buried in thy heart. And, moreover, I will go with you till your aunt's.
Did I not tell you she was innocent?
So are the lady and Claudio who accused her upon the error that you heard debated. Margaret, wasn't some fault for this, although against her will, in the true course of all the question.
Well, I'm glad that all things sort so well.
Well, daughter and you gentlemen all, withdraw into a chamber by yourselves, and when I send for you, come hither masked. The lady and Claudio promised to visit me by this hour, but you know your office, sister. You must be mother to your sister's daughter and give her to young Claudio.
Which I will do with confirmed countenance.
Friar, I must entreat your pains, I think.
To do what, senor?
To bind me or undo me, one of the two. Signor Leonata, I believe your niece regards me with an eye of favor.
'Tis most true.
And I do with an eye of love requite her.
What's your will?
My will is that your goodwill should stand with ours, in a state of honorable marriage, in which, friar, I shall require your assistance.
My heart is with your liking.
And my help.
Good morrow to this fair assembly.
Good day.
Good morrow, lady. Good morrow, Claudio. Are you yet determined to marry my sister's daughter?
I'll hold my mark.
Call her forth, sister. The friar's ready.
Good morrow, Benedict. Why, what's the matter that you have such a February face, so full of frost of storm and cloudiness?
I think he thinks upon the savage bull. Don't worry, my friend will dip my horns in gold.
For this, I owe you.
Here comes out the reckoning. Who's the lady I must wed upon?
This same is she, and I do give you her.
My sweet. Let me see your face.
No, not until you take her hand before this friar and swear to marry her.
Before this holy friar, I'm yours and you are mine. If you like of me.
And when I lived, I was your other wife. And when you loved, you were my other husband.
Another hero!
Nothing's certainer. One hero died defiled, but I do live. And as surely as I'm alive, I am a maid.
Former hero! Hero that is dead!
She died, my lady, whilst her slander lived.
All this amazement cannot qualify when, after the holy rites are ended, I'll tell you largely of fair hero's death. Meantime, let wonder seem familiar, and to the chapel let us presently.
Friar, which one is Beatrice?
I answer to that name. What is your will?
Do you not love me?
Why, no. No more than reason.
Oh, the princess and Claudio are deceived. They swore you did.
Do you not love me?
No, troth, no. No more than reason.
Why then, my cousin Margaret and Ursula are much deceived, for they did swear you did.
Oh, they swore you were almost sick for me.
They told me you were well nigh dead for me.
This is not such a case. So you do not love me then?
Why no, but in friendly recompense.
Sweet cousin, I'm sure you love the gentleman.
A poem of his own pure brain. Fashion it to Beatrice.
And here's another written my cousin's hand confessing her love unto Benedict.
A miracle! Here's both our hands against our hearts. Come, I'll have thee. But first, I must confess I only take thee out of pity.
Well, I will not deny you, but why this day? I yield upon great persuasion and partly to save your life, for I was told that you were in a consumption.
Peace.
How dost thou, Benedict the married man?
I'll have thee no prince. A college! Oh, wit crackers cannot flout me out of my humor, since I do purpose to marry. As for thy part in this, Claudio, we are friends. Princess, get thee a wife! Get thee a wife!
Milady! Your brother Don John is ta'en in flight, and brought with him armed men back to Messina.
Think not on him until tomorrow. For now, let us dance! Strike up the music!
Out here with the squad, everybody tryna go. Yeah, the party jumping off. Hey, we putting on a show, tryna catch a vibe. We do this every time, like na 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 na. Feeling like I'm on the highway, cause everything been going my way. And now they looking at me sideways. I'm like na 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 na. This is where I wanna be, na na na. Never ever gonna leave, nah, nah, nah. You ain't gonna get it from me. I'm like, nah, 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 nah. I've been on the wave. It's a party, make a toast. It's a party every day. So anywhere you go, all across the coast, we do it every time. Like na 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 na. I got nothing but the highlights. Can't believe that this is my life. I'm only living on the bright side. I'm like na 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 na. This is where I wanna be. Na na na. Never ever gonna leave. Na na na. You ain't gonna get it from me. I'm like na 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 na. This is where I wanna stay. Na na na. I could do this every day. Na na na. It don't matter what they say. I'm like na 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 na. You better know we ain't never going home. Ain't never going home. You better know we ain't never going home. Ain't never going home. You better know we ain't never going home. Ain't never going home. You better know we ain't never going home. Ain't never going home.